What if I told you when I go out and record YouTube videos or take photographs, a lot of times I only take this bag. And what if I told you that in that bag, there are 4 different cameras that I could use at any time? Let's talk about that. Hope you guys are having a good day today. I am going to show you my little pack that I take out with me a lot of places when I do photography or YouTube videos or different things like that. And we're going to talk about the cameras and the different things that are in this thing. And like I said in the intro, there are 4 different cameras that I use in here. And sometimes I take a 5th one, but today we're just going to be talking about the main 4. Up first, we have to talk about the one that I'm actually filming on, but its case is right here, and that's the Insta360 X5. If you don't know about it, go look it up. It is a great camera. It is a 360-degree camera that I use for so much. I've really learned to love it for a lot of things. This is the case I have for it, and this is the little remote that I have for it that allows me to turn it on and off, stop recording, change things, all that kind of stuff. It has become a very valuable thing in a case in a size that's this small. And on the bottom of this case, you'll see that I'm able to put the invisible selfie stick in there. So that is also normally a part of this, but right now it's holding up the camera. But this is a very vital thing for me that I use a lot. There's going to be links to everything in the show notes below. But this is the first camera that's in there, and we are filming on it right now. The second up is pretty simple. It's right here. It is my phone. It is my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. But the thing is that I have this case here by Ulanzi. It's the Ulanzi MA35. I always forget the number. But it is a great little handle to use for filming different things because I have a magnet case on, or if you have a MagSafe on a phone, this just magnets on there. And then you have a handle here with a button that you can remotely trigger when you're doing filming and stuff like that. It has a little mirror here that you can do if you want to hold it and do selfies. You can turn it sideways. You can film any way you want to, but it gives you a button here and a spot for a cold shoe right there and a quarter thread at the bottom if you want to put it on something. And like I said, for me, this phone, I use this phone for so much stuff I can't even begin to tell you. And having this grip on here helps me a lot with a lot of stuff. Now, there are better grips out there, in my opinion, that I think have things like zoom and all that to it. But the reason that I like this so much is it gives you so much room to actually put your thumb there, and I have kind of a big hand. So when I grab that, it gives me lots of room for my thumb. But the remote comes off of there, so if you want to use it as a remote, all that sort of stuff. And I have a little trick that I use with this that I'm going to show you here in just a second. Now with that, being able to put it on a tripod, like I said, you're able to put it on with the quarter threads on the bottom, but I made something of my own where I took one of those little phone grips that you put on top of a tripod, and I have put it over here. And this is a little magnet thing. Again, all the links to all this stuff is going to be in the show notes below. But if you put this on your tripod, your quarter thread, I can take this, put that right there, I have it on there. But if I want to do it without the handle, I can still do it without the handle. In that way. But if I do want to use the handle and I'm out filming something and this is on the tripod, all I got to do is do that and it's magnet towards it. That again is why I really like this whole setup using my phone. And like I said, I do a lot of filming with my phone. Next camera is one in here that I've been showing off a lot lately. It is a 10-year-old point-and-shoot camera by Lumix. It is the ZS60. They also have other models that are newer than this with all kinds of stuff, but it's a little point-and-shoot. But one of the cool things about it, it has a 720mm zoom to it. And if you do the 2x on the iZoom one, I think that takes it up to 1400mm in zoom. And you can do some incredible zoom shots for something that's this small. And that's the only purpose really, like I said, that I got it is for the fact to have a small zoom where I don't have to carry my big interchangeable lens. But something that's this small and I'm able to carry around. And like I said, this becomes the next camera on there, the 3rd out of 4, but it is very versatile. That zoom on this thing is what gives me so much of what I really like. And the final camera is probably one of my favorites, and then we'll talk about a few extra little things in here, is my drone. I have the Hover Air X1, the very first drone they ever come out with. And this is a drone that folds up. You pop it out, and it flies automatically, as in I can just press the button and have it go out, take a picture, come back. I can have it float overhead. I can have it follow me. I can have it walk in front of me backwards. It does all that stuff automated, but you can also control it manually with your phone. And that's the thing with this is that, yes, there are more powerful drones out there that fly higher and further and faster and all that kind of stuff. But for the price of this and the fact that it folds up like this, I literally can fit this in my back pocket and it becomes drone. So now I got drone footage on top of all the the other stuff. We have the Insta360 that gets me 360-degree pictures and 360-degree video. We have my phone that is my main go-to on all kinds of stuff for both selfie stuff and everything, because you have the 2 lenses. You have the ZS60 that's getting me the zoom shots at all I want, and the drone that kind of gets me the other side of things. And that is all of the cameras that I use, but sometimes I throw in there the Insta360 Go 3. It is a small one that lets me do like a little lapel thing, and I also use it sometimes, and it can fit in here, but all of these fit in here. And now I want to talk a little bit about the accessories. So in this bag is what I'm wearing right there. It's a DJI Mic 2, and I also have in there the new DJI mobile receiver, which I just did a video on that, and that is currently attached to the X5, so I'm able to do, instead of doing Bluetooth from the DJI Mic 2 to that, or to the phone or anything like that, this allows me to do it through that DJI receiver, which gets me a much better signal. And all of those go in this little bag, like I said, along with the receiver, the little adapters, all that kind of stuff. And the mic, again, is something that I take out with me, and again, it all fits in this bag. Also in this bag, I also have spare batteries. That's both for the ZS60 and the drone. And I have a couple different tripods. One is on the selfie stick right now, and the other one is this little one that I like this because it gets me a smaller footprint, that if I ever have to set it somewhere that I don't need a wide footprint, but I'm still able to set the 360 camera on something. It folds up really small, and if I want to just take it, I can. It is by Magnus. It is the TP10. Again, there's going to be links to everything in the show notes below. One of the other things is the invisible selfie stick. You saw it at the intro. It's setting underneath the X5 right now, and I have another DJI small tripod that it's setting on just for feet for it. And that pretty much carries everything through this. Again, there are other bags out there that I think I like better. This one kind of, if I'm correct, it has been discontinued, but there are other small ones like this. I'm probably going to link a couple. My favorite is the Peter McKinnon one, but it's quite expensive. But this is all you kind of need. Like, to me, this is excessive, but the fun part about this is that no matter where I go with this little bag that I can put in my car, put in my truck, and take anywhere, throw over my shoulder, there isn't hardly anything I can't film with this. It really gives me an option to film in so many different ways. And I just want to encourage you to look at the stuff you have. Is there anything sitting around, anything old, like this 10-year-old camera that I can put back to use? This thing I've had for several years. They have two different versions of it out now besides this, and all these different things that you can put to use. And like I said, with some adapters and different things, your phone becomes a very powerful recording device, so you don't really need to go out and buy highly expensive things and all this stuff to film content. So that's what today is. I hope all of this helps. I hope it gives you some inspiration, some knowledge of how I film things, and maybe some different ideas on how you can film things in your world too. So until next time, take care and God bless.